G'day everyone, how's it going? This is Delete Hunter here. Alright, so I've gone pretty dark for a while. You're probably wondering why, if you care at all. Basically what's happening is I'm doing my honours, and it's been almost 4 months since I've been out here. Basically I'm doing behavioural ecology research on sleeping lizards, and I'm investigating how their personalities influence their feeding behaviours. Now, the reason that's the reason why I haven't been on YouTube or made any videos, and that explains that. If anyone else wants to, know more about what I've done or any of my work, see videos on that sort of stuff or anything like that, just don't hesitate to ask in the comments. Now, I haven't been playing games at all. The only games I have been playing is Ark Survival Evolved, which is an amazing game on PC. I love it. It's incredible. I don't play with friends though, unfortunately. I would love to, but the internet's very limited out here, so I can't really play online or anything like that. Now, when I get home, I am going to go back into playing Xbox, and I'll probably start making more videos. My best mate, Soul Simulation, I hope you guys check out his videos. He's got really good Halo 5 skull location videos and tricks and all that sort of stuff to Halo 5. Now, all of us have stopped playing Destiny except for a couple of our friends. The reason for that is we got ripped off big time. They lied to us, and I'm just going to leave it at that because they're assholes. Now, the current gaming community has made a huge shift in this day and age. There's two sides to it. There's the sides that love the way the developers are going, and there's the other side, which I'm involved in myself, which is hating it. And the reason for this is quite simple little things. Most of your modern games like Halo, Battlefield, all of them have turned into freemium style games. Now, the term freemium came from South Park, and it was an episode where basically they explained like an app game, like an in-phone app game that makes you do microtransactions to be able to progress. But you can play free, but it's just hard. It's really hard, and the game almost blocks you on progression unless you pay money. Now, that's a freemium game, and it's set up with principles. Just check out the South Park episode if you want to know more, so you understand what freemium is. Now, a lot of gaming companies like Halo 5 are doing this, and like Angry Joe said in his recent review on Halo 5, it's wrong. It's wrong. They're actually trying really hard to push the limits, to make us spend more money than what we already have. I mean, in Australia, most of the average games are between $89 to $100. Now, we get ripped off here, big time. And the new Xbox Live currency conversion thing means we also get even more ripped off. The old Microsoft point system, it was actually ended up being quite equal amount. $20 gives you the same amount as $20 in the US. And I thought that was fair. Now, in the end, we always get ripped off. And yes, it's a big scheme of things, and it's a world. Is that a sleeping lizard? It is too. I think a sleeping lizard on the road. Hello. So that's what I'm doing my work on, just to let you know. And no one's fighting back at all. Like, I'm not gonna buy any Battlefront for an argument's sake. It's shit. Okay, yeah, the way it works is fine. I think it's a solid shooting game, but it has a lot of flaws. For one, Battlefront and Battlefield are two separate games, and what DICE has gone and done is they've just made another Battlefield game with just a Star Wars theme. But they didn't even do it the right way. Like, if they kept it the way like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were, it would have worked alright. You have to go to the vehicles to get them, and then you fly around and kill people. Now, the removing of space battles and all that sort of stuff, shit I just sleep yesterday. That was pretty stupid. But I don't understand why they did that and why they had the kill streak thing. Like, everyone's copying Call of Duty, and Call of Duty at the moment, I haven't played number 3, so I reserve my judgment for Black Ops 3. But Call of Duty has just plummeted downhill because, you know, like all games, Assassin's Creed especially, when you pump out a game every year, and Halo's gone down this path too, you can tell the quality of the game is getting less and less and less. The effort into story, the effort into multiplayer is less and less and less. Now, I miss the good old days where you brought out a game and it was perfect, you know? They spent it like Far Cry. Far Cry was mint. You know, there was a couple of things on Far Cry which you could criticise, but it was still a good game. There wasn't needed that much updating or editing or anything like that. It came out and it was good. It was a solid game. And they just don't do it anymore. And they're just pumping out this half-done shit. And the big developers are doing a good job, and I commend these guys, you know, the ones that make good games like, you know, Bloodborne and the new Dark Souls and all that. You know, you do put a good job in. But your big companies like Microsoft, Activision, Ubisoft, Ubisoft's a bit of half and half, it depends what game it is. What other ones there? It's a biggie. I can't think of it now. But anyway, they're just, all the games they're producing is just shit. I mean, Halo 5, I thought Halo 5 was a ton load better than Halo 4. Ton load. I enjoyed the storyline, but then I kind of didn't enjoy the storyline. I thought it was well done and interesting, but at the same time, I feel they didn't utilise their resources. And how I say that is Halo 343's resources is obviously the books and stuff. Now, they did obviously write the stories, and they can develop their story because, you know, they're the ones that made the modern stories, like the Guardians and all that sort of stuff. That wasn't in the actual original Bungie version, from my knowledge. I mean, when they started mentioning the Guardians and all the Forerunner stuff, that was after the Onyx. Shrines of Onyx, or I can't remember. It was Onyx something. And the reason why I say that is because there's one key element to the story that they should have added in that I believe that would have been really interesting, and that is Minika's bias. Minika's bias was introduced in Halo 3. When you read the terminals and the person talking to you is Minika's bias, an AI created by the Forerunners to defend them against the Flood, and then Minika's bias betrayed them. Now, according to the story, Minika's bias was split up into pieces across the galaxy. And one piece was below a giant beneath the sand, a protector beneath the sand. Now, that was a Guardian. They didn't actually mention Guardian, from my memory anyway. They mentioned that it was beneath the sand. Now, when Cortana activated the Guardians, it took them, I assumed Minika's bias would arise. And he could still be introduced into the storyline, but it would be awesome to have Minika's bias working with Chief, because in Halo 3 he was communicating with Chief. And he regrets his past, and he was saying, maybe with you I can, you know, save that, like redeem myself type thing. And it would be awesome if Minika's bias assisted Chief on stopping Cortana in the new Halo. I think they should add that in. That would be awesome. But I don't trust 343 because 343 have a tendency to do half-assed shit or just copy other people and just stick their label on them. I hate Locke. Locke was a fuckwit. He's a horrible character. Like, I wanted Chief to shoot him. That, like, if they did ended up putting the fight thing like Master Chief versus Locke, I would always choose Chief to kill Locke because I just think Locke's a dick. He's just, I mean, he works for Oni, like, evil. He's a dick. He may have morals and things like that, but I just think he's a dick. I don't like him. I like Buck though. Buck's cool. Although his AI was freaking retarded, as all of them. Yeah, there was a big flood came through here. It was pretty hectic actually. I had to do a river crossing in my car. That was fun. So anyway, that's my current update on my belief in the game situation. I'm going to get Halo 5 and I'm going to play it with my mates, with Dylan, Soul Simulation, and all of them. Anyways, I'm heading off to my site and I'm going to go and start doing my behavioural essays on some lizards. Basically, I'm going to... Oh, it's a big brown. Ooh, almost lost control. He was pissed off too. That's a brown snake. It's like one of the most deadliest snakes in the world. They're pretty fun. Don't handle them at home. I do not recommend it. I know what I'm doing. But I don't handle them while I'm out in the field because insurance reasons. But they're really aggro. Yeah. Okay. See you guys later.